Hey everyone, welcome to Dave's Garage. Our third episode of my weekly show is going to highlight a car which I've had several times in miniature, never in real life, but I really like them in miniature. You can actually keep them in your living room or your bedroom, and you don't have to go out and see it. I mean it's a great advantage. And the car today is our '67 Cadillac Eldorado. Now, you'll notice I also have with me my '69 GTO and my '62 Impala and my mid-engine Corvette. And I think this Eldorado goes along nicely with all those other cars. Now, why did I pick the '67 Eldorado? I think that in Cadillac ways, this is really just about one of the ultimate Cadillacs. The Eldorado name had been around since, I believe, 1953, when a special version of the standard Cadillac, but yet with different bodywork, came out, and then they kept it on full-size Cadillacs. Never that necessary. Well, they were special, but not as well known. And then in '67, they applied the Olds Toronado architecture, front-wheel drive, and a personal car to a Cadillac. And boy, did they ever hit the jackpot. Ed Welburn, the GM stylist head for about 10, 12 years, the late aughts and into the tens, said he thinks he should stand up when he talks about this car. It is so classic. Now, it's hard to wrap one's head around the car being classic of the modern age, but if there's one that could be classic, this would be it. Why would I say that? Well, look at the hood. The hood is huge. I mean, all things considered, it's today's market goes for trucks, but elegance was the idea of a personal luxury car. The fins are canted in like the car's moving when it's standing still. And it had a formal roof. It had everything going for it. This was a Bill Mitchell style, and he was the stylist at Cadillac and GM for about 40 years. He was the lead stylist for his last 20 years, and this car just hit all the right marks. Now, it lasted from '67, '68, '69, and '70. In '69, I believe the hidden headlamps went away, and in '70 they stayed away. And in '71, the car became renewed with a brand new body style, which never really caught on, and it lasted too long. By the time the '71 Eldorado retired, which was in '78, it had gone bloated, big bumpered, and chintzy. But somehow it gets better looking as time goes on. But if you keep a car line going for too long, and it's got to adapt to all the changes, which there were a lot of changes back then, but that's the '71. But the point is that it doesn't necessarily go well. Now, this car had front-wheel drive. It had huge doors, but there is a bit of a rear window behind the door, side window. It didn't have hidden windshield wipers that first year. It had to wait till '68 to get those. They were just coming on. The '67 Pontiac Grand Prix had them. And it's funny that GM gave Pontiac the first hidden windshield wipers. Now, were they the first hidden windshield wipers ever? The '56 Citroen DS had them, so it didn't catch on, but nonetheless, they remained on the car for years. And the hidden headlamps, again, they came out in 1936, but didn't start coming into the common usage until about '63. And this '67 was in an era where hidden headlamps were everywhere. I mean, you get them on the full-size Chevy and, a full-size Ford in '68. You can get them on the Camaro or, the Cougar, and never on the Mustang, though. And, it had its moment. They were behind the grill. They weren't behind metal plates, which, kind of ended up later. But, it was just a fantastic car. Now, the cars I've had of this Eldorado, my mother bought me one back in about '67 itself, and it was like a golden brown. It was plastic, and I somehow or another got lost along the way, and you kind of wax and wane in these things, and it hit me as time went on that you can replace these things. The nostalgic value of, oh, this is the one mom got me. Well, okay, this is the one mom got me if I really want to think about it that way. You know, I've had this in deep red, and I just, you know, when you give them away, you get tired of them, and then one day you see it again, you go, wow, how could I have ever gotten rid of that? So they keep these cars in perpetuity. So this car is how they don't make them anymore. Let's just put it that way. When you look at the 69 GTO, oops, collision there. It's of the same era, but the beauty of that moment was that GM cars, they could look one way in 67 and another way in 68. They didn't repeat their ideas. And when you put the Corvette in the picture, it just goes to show. I mean, things don't really get worse as time goes on. They just get different. But this car, what a photographer, what a photographing car is what I'm trying to say. It just, you really can't get a bad angle on it. And you take it down like this, and a little bit down to street level, and it just it was a heck of a lot of car to have in the day. And today you don't see them anymore. I mean, I haven't seen one on the road in ages. This modern day is just taken over, as it should. But here in my house, in my neck of the woods, my living room, I have a 67 Eldorado with a vinyl roof, remnants of tail fins, and a very good remnant, a little bit of chrome on it, maybe a lot of chrome, white wheel tires, long hood, hidden lamps. Now, do the doors open on this guy? I don't think so. I think the hood opens. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able to get much work done under this unless it opened a little more, but luckily for me, I haven't needed any engine work since I got this car. Again, I take it for a ride, I take it for a spin, but I really don't trust the elements and the people around me. I mean, sure, you can insure it, but, once you smash it up, I mean, it's heartache for quite a while. So there we go, friends. That's my 67 Eldorado, which joins my GTO and my Corvette and my 409, and I'm glad you all came along with me today. I thank you very much. I won't cut this video off too soon, so we will see you next week with another car, another take, and another day of Dave's Garage. Thank you for being here.